Hi everyone, my name is Rose and welcome to today's sewing video. Today we're going to be doing one of my favorite style videos because I'm going to be talking about all the things I have planned for fall, which is one of my favorite seasons. So let's get started. Some of the sewing things that I'm going to be working on today, or some of the patterns that I'm going to be talking about today are mine, but some are also free. And then we also have some from the Big Five, along with some indie patterns as well. So it's a good mixture and let's get started. First up is something that I'm really interested in making, and it's something with like a stretch leather. I bought this stretch leather at the fabric market and I would really love to make something with it. So from the inspiration images here, I think the two tops on the right and left are my favorite, and I found this pattern, the Lenny top, which I am pretty obsessed with. It feels like a really elevated basic, and I think it would work really well with this stretch fabric. If not, then I can always add a zipper. The middle skirt is also very similar to this flirt skirt, which I also really like. I'm linking these below, so let me know if you like either of these. My bet is making the one closest to the right. Next up is a pattern that is my own. Now this top, it can be worn in a few different ways. You can tie it in the bow on the front, or you can also tie it in the bow on the back, or let it just kind of drape like as you walk and it kind of just sweeps back behind you. So I'm thinking of this concept because I think something like this will always be in fashion and always have a space in your closet. I just fell in love with this. This is going to be something I'm going to be publishing soon, and I found this really beautiful silk fabric. I'm going to be using this silk fabric for the next make, which will probably be the sew along video. So if you're interested in becoming a pattern tester for something like this, just send me a little DM below or follow me on Instagram to watch out when I'm looking for pattern testers. Another thing I'm focusing on for fall is this lace and silk mixture. I made this little set just a little bit ago and I fell in love with the technique of blending the two materials. It is a little challenging, but I really, really loved it, and it was so much quicker and more simple than I could have imagined. The silk pieces usually use very little amount of silk, so I want to use a lot of what I have and make extra stuff. So especially from like the bottom left and also on the right, I like these like halter versions, and obviously this cutout like on the right is so stunning. I really want to make my skill for this a little bit better, and I'm going to be working on this for sure. Early this year, I made underwear for the first time, and I thought it was going to be so challenging, but it was so much fun and so easy to make. I duped my favorite pair of underwear, which is the Hanky Panky, and I have a little video of that. And now it's time to tackle more bralettes. I've had this bralette on the left on my inspiration and sew list for so long, and this is time I'm finally going to sew it. This is actually one of our free patterns that I'm talking about in this video, and I left the link below. This one on the right is something more I would be traditionally wearing like on everyday basis along with this, and one of these is free and I have it in the link also below. So bralettes are definitely up there. I also really want to get more into making some really beautiful lingerie pieces, like these two dresses on the left. I think they're so stunning and the detail work is absolutely beautiful. The two patterns I found here on the next few slides are sort of in that same sort of family. I might end up making my own patterns for this, but I just really love the concept of just wearing some beautiful stuff, even when you're home. This is the other one that I have pinned. This is more like evening wear, but it has some very similar features that tie back to the two nightgowns. So I think that this could be like tweaked into making something just for lingerie. So something I'm also very interested in is sewing some sort of like cape like this. These are all from Chloe and they're all like different fabrics and like styles to some degree. So I just really love this like cape feel, but having your hands be actual able to move and you can function in it. I found the sewing pattern by Mimi G, and I think this is a really good foundation, and you can manipulate it to match any of these styles from Chloe. So I don't have any fabric for this one just yet, but I'm going to the fabric market soon, and hopefully I do find something I like. Staying with this outerwear trend is this like shorter wool coat that I am obsessed with. So I also still don't have fabric for this either. Another thing I am shopping for, but I love this little cropped wool coat, whether it's zipper, which I actually like a little bit better, and then all of these like small little details, like it's actually so beautiful. I have to sew outerwear this season, and this is what I'm interested in making. I found this also free pattern that I am so excited to share with you, and I'm going to leave a link for this one in the below because this one is perfect for the silhouette. Another thing that I've been really interested in is this like utilitarian, making a ton of pockets type of style. I saw this Zimmerman look from Lana Del Rey. She's in the center where she has all these flaps and pockets and buttons, and I just thought it was really cute and relaxed. I made a Vicky So's pair of pants recently, and I really love the general fit of that. I want to make another. I have this chocolate brown fabric, which is absolutely stunning, and I think it would be a beautiful match for fall. The fabric is a little on the lighter weight side, so I will probably be bonding it, which means, or like fusing it, which means just adding a fusible layer of like interfacing on the back portion of it to give it a little bit more weight and stability. These are some other styles that I have really been interested in. So another thing like this little capelet, but with the pockets, which makes it a little bit more casual and easy to wear. And obviously this jumpsuit or the boiler suit on the right is something I am obsessed with. I ended up purchasing I think it's Classic Core Patterns, the Bianca Flight Suit pattern, and I have fabric, I have absolutely everything. It is a little intimidating for me. So I'm trying to find the right moment to make this because it obviously requires like a 12 beforehand, but I would absolutely love to tackle this. And this is a Vicky So's pattern that is also quite cool with all of the pockets in the front. I think it really ties back well with this theme. Something else that's also so stunning and beautiful for fall is this like maxi knit dress. It is just so slinky and beautiful and classic. A couple of them are a little bit more like pleated, like this left one is Ralph Lauren and it is a little bit pleated. So obviously that's not something that I would be doing, but just this silhouette is like so simple and easy, and it could be layered also very well. The one second to the left has a halter and it's backless, which is just absolutely beautiful. And then also, oh, I think the one on the right is actually the back version of what she's wearing. And then these other like beautiful, like drapey crossbody pieces are just so freaking beautiful. I don't have fabric for it, but I did find patterns that I think are stunning and beautiful. I've had my eye on this Vogue pattern for quite some time, and I think it's time to finally buy it and use it for this fall. Denim has always been something that is quite intimidating for me, but because of my body shape, it's always so much harder to find something that fits me perfectly. But this is a time where I really want to do this little funky barrel piece. I found this cool mushroom fabric at the thrift store, and I think it's like the perfect weight and like quirkiness for this type of thing. So the picture all the way on the left is from Urban, and it is so cute with all of the little like vegetables and the silhouette. It's just so quirky and cute, and I absolutely love it. There's also more like sophisticated versions of the barrel, and I really love the silhouette because the mid-rise is so nice and it's like slimmer on top and then, bigger and easier on the bottom. This is the more like elevated version with like Alaya and some other bigger pieces. With the bigger cuff, I think that's so cool. Alaya is in the center, and then also like mixing in like the utilitarian with like the pockets and like the army kind of aesthetic is really interesting. The workwear aesthetic. So this is also something I'm really interested in purchasing. The Just My Luck jeans are actually the most perfect pair for this because I wouldn't know where to start to design a pattern for this myself. So thankfully someone has already done the hard work for me, and the Just My Luck jeans is absolutely perfect. So this is the last one on my inspiration for fall. I hope you guys like this. Tell me what you're making for fall, or any of these things something you're excited to sew as well. All of the links and the patterns I have talked about in this video are below, so please visit them if you want to buy them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.